Okay, ang ato ang sunod nga topic or would be the probability of event. Okay, so this would be 1.2, probability of event. Say, if all possible outcomes can be listed and the occurrence of each outcome is equally likely, we can compute the probability of the event or of an event using the formula P of E is equal to N of S, N of E over N of S, in which the P of E is the probability of event, while N of E is the probability, N of E is the number of event, and N of S is the number of sample space. Okay, and as what I mentioned earlier, N of S is also what we call cardinality. Okay, so let's try some example. Example number 1.
Find the probability. Okay, let me write it first. Okay.
So example number 1, find the probability of you getting exactly 2 heads when tossing a coin twice. So we try to create, or we're going to use this formula. Okay, solution. Let's try to know the given first. Okay, so find the probability of getting exactly 2 heads when tossing a coin twice. As we know, in tossing a coin twice, our sample space will be head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. So we got 4 possible outcomes. And these are head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. So those are our sample points in our sample space. So we know that our N of S is 4. So just count the outcome, and that is our number of sample space. Okay, now we know already about our N of S. Let's try to find out our N of E. Okay, now for N of E, for event, for the event, or just merely E. Okay, since we are looking for exactly 2 heads, so therefore our event is HH. And as we can see, there is only one HH in the sample space, this one. So that would be the event, and it's only 1. Okay, so therefore our N of E is equal to 1. Okay, now after getting the number of event and the number of sample space, then we can proceed this formula. Formula is P of E equal to N of E, or the number of event, over the number of sample space. So therefore the number of event is 1 and the number of sample space is 4. Okay, so the final answer is 1/4 or 25%. Okay, so therefore we can conclude that the probability of getting exactly 2 heads when tossing a coin twice is 25%. Okay, let's proceed to second example. Example 2, find the probability of drawing a face card from a standard deck of cards. Okay, now let's try to know the given first, and after that we try to solve using the formula. The P of E is equal to N of E over N of S. Now the given, let's start with the N of S first. Okay, N of S, because That's N of S is the number of sample space. Okay, let's try to know the sample first. Sample space first. Okay. So drawing a card from the standard deck of cards. Face card. If we say face card, these are Jack, Queen, King. Now, in a standard deck of card, the number of sample space or possible outcome will always be 52. I'm not going to write the sample space because it's too long. Like you put 4 ace, 4 4 2, 4 threes until the 4 kings. So, I just go with a shortcut way. The number of sample space, since there are 52 possible outcome, I put it 52. Then I go to event. The event is getting or drawing face card. So the event are um, Jack, Jack heart, Jack. I'm gonna make it like this: Jack heart, Jack diamond, Jack club, Jack spade, Queen heart, Queen diamond, Queen club, Queen spade, spade, Queen heart, King heart, King diamond, King club, and last the King of spade. Okay, so all in all, if we're gonna count, we got 12 number of event. Okay, so therefore the number of event is 12. Now we got the number of event, we got the number of sample space, then let's proceed to the calculation using the formula P of E is equal to N of E over N of S. Okay, the number of event is 12, the number of sample space is 52. Then what are we going to do? Okay, I forgot to write this. Now, next is that we're going to reduce or make it, let's get the lowest term for this. Then we can have 3 over 13. If we divide it into, if we got 6 over 26, then again we get to divide it 2, we get 3 over 13. So the final answer is 3 over 13. Therefore, we conclude that in finding we conclude that the probability of drawing a face card from standard deck of cards is 3 over 13.